What does manhood mean to you?
Hmm. It's a good question. All of the forms that we're presented to help us identify what we should be in regards to sex, in regards to nationality, in regards to race, in regards to religion, are all manifestations of man. We've created these things.
Right.
We created ideas about what you should be associated with. Oh, you're a man. Well, that's associated with puppy dog, what is it, snakes and tails and puppy dog tails.
Yeah,
And
the color blue and football and blah. Yeah.
right. So these are all associations of the mind. They have nothing to do with true sexuality. Right? The same thing with like, I made a video not too long ago that caught some heat, but like I think people that understood me understood what I was saying, where a young man was trying to force his girlfriend to work
I
out.
love you in that video. Oh, and that was the video that made me send the email for this interview.
Okay.
I was just talking about that video. Anyway, go ahead. You're the
So,
man. That's all I had to say. I feel like
thank
everyone
you.
needs to think like you.
Yeah, if everybody thought like me, it'd be a weird place. I think too much. In that video, I'm basically trying to share the idea that the Barbie doll look is just an idea.
Right.
It's not real sexuality. In fact, it's very far from sexuality.
Right.
Because the image is so gauntly and so reduced of maturity. You know, and in women, maturity in a woman is, and this might not be a popular answer, but is in the ability to bear children.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Right. And that is truly sexual, because when a man looks at a woman and he sees the fullness associated with, I can place a seed in there and it will take. He's drawn naturally. This is where our animal instinct, this is where when we're listening to our heart and our balls, it draws. When you see a figure of a woman with a boy's hip, you know, the thin little hip, and then a belly that looks like it's sunk in, there's no womb, there's no sexuality there. It's an empty womb. It's a barren, it's a child with boobs. But it's prepubescent. It's almost like pedophilia to think that that's sexual. It's like, that looks like a 7-year-old girl's body stretched out with boobs on it.
Right.
It's alien. It's
right.
Pure alien. It's purely a figment of our imaginations. And I use that term lightly because it's more of a figment of someone else's imagination that they've imprinted upon ours.
Right.
If you listen to your balls, and I use that term as a reference
Which
to
I love.
Right, because it doesn't mean you have to have testicles.
Right.
It means you're listening to your sexuality. When I say breathe into your balls, I'm saying own your sexuality.
Or your first chakra, whichever.
Right. You're grounding yourself.
Your root, yeah.
Your roots. So when you ask me what masculinity is, what manhood is, it has nothing to do with the figments that have been created for us to associate manhood with.
Right.
Manhood means you've got balls. You own your sexuality. And if you really own your sexuality, then the way you express it, the things that you like, the things that you're drawn to, the things that you create are going to be like nothing you've ever seen before, because they come straight from your gut.
Right.
Right? So manliness, in my mind, is synonymous with sexuality. And when you say sexuality, true sexuality is never just yin and no yang, or yang and no yin. Just like there's no day without night. There's no sun without earth, or earth without sun. Do you see? So maleness is male-femaleness. Maleness is sexuality. Does that all make sense, or am I?
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Right? So it's embodying sexuality. So in my journey, I've found that the more male I've become, the more female I've become.
Hmm.
I did a video. Literally at 9:00 p.m. While I was waiting for you, I uploaded a video, so you can go watch it right now. It's about pain between the shoulder blades. The guy has pain between his shoulder blades,
Right.
but I told him that he was heartbroken.
Mm.
He probably didn't want to hear that. He wants to know, like, what exercise do I do to stretch this out? And here Elliott Hulse comes with, look, bro, you're heartbroken and you need to cry. And then I end the video, and of course I'm harsh with my words and stuff. And basically at the end of my video, I was like, and guess what? You can call Elliott Hulse a bitch because that's where I get my strength. And I really mean it. And I use that term bitch just because I'm trying to get a rise out of people. It's not in a derogatory way.
Right.
It's in a way to get a rise out of you.
Right.
But what I'm inviting men to recognize is that the more female I become, the more male I become.
Right.
There's a really good metaphor for this, and you could use this for many different areas in your life, where and they use it often in like the Eastern philosophies and religions, where a bamboo. I don't think there's any plant on earth that represents the phallic symbol better than the bamboo, right? What is it? One long dick coming out of the ground, right? I mean, it just
right.
shoots right, and it's just like this. Doesn't come any, there's not too many that just shoot straight up like
Doesn't
the
do
bamboo.
anything else, right?
Bamboo can be like 7, 8, 9, 10 feet tall, right?
Right.
The bamboo doesn't grow that tall for 7 years. You have to you plant the bamboo plant and it stays like this for 7 years. You know what it's doing for 7 years?
You can put them in your bathroom. They're nice.
Huh? Yeah, they look cute, right? Because you know it's going to stay like this. And if you keep it in a little jar, it's not going to grow. But in the wild, if you put it there, it stays like that for 7 years. You know what it's doing? It's growing an elaborate root system. It's going down. It's being invaginated. It's being feminine. Earth is associated with femaleness.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you call your woman your earth. Right. There's a reason why, because it's very feminine. You go into it. And that plant that grows as tall as it does not do so until it grows as deep as it can.
Wow.
So the more feminine, the more masculine.
Was not expecting that. That's awesome.
There's a lot of bullshit in our lives that's piled on us, but there are a handful of principles. Bruce Lee would say, get rid of all you don't need and keep the essentials. Get rid of everything. This is a central message